Hey, this is TW Smith. I want to talk to you about engineered floors. I get asked pretty often. I have engineered floors. They were glued down. They were pre-finished. They're getting kind of worn out. Can those be sanded or restored? And the answer is, in some cases, they can. Not all engineered floors are candidate for sanding. And first, let me kind of break down what an engineered floor is. It's at least a 3-ply floor that's composed of an underlayment, a core, and then a real wood surface. We don't like to sand any surface of any real wood surface on an engineered floor that is less than a 1/16 of an inch. A good floor, engineered floor, may have a little more, but that's typically our rule as a company. And if you aren't aware of the thickness of the floor or the thickness of the wear surface, then there's some things that your contractor, maybe you can even do to kind of determine that. One thing we'll do is remove floor heater vents if there's any, and that exposes some of the wood around there. Floor outlets, same thing. You can remove those and see some of the wood exposed around there and determine from the profile, the thickness of the wood. The transitions, if you can pull a piece of carpet back that's tucked in between the wood and the carpet transition, or maybe even pull up a piece of mold without damage it. Those are some ways you can get to the profile of the plank and you can actually see the thickness of it. Testing a little area in a closet is good, maybe with a little scraping in the corner if you remove some molding, some cord around or some trim around there. Those are some ways to determine it. Of course, the ideal ways, if you do have access to the information of your wood floor, then you look for on those specs to see if they are sandable. If they are, it will be mentioned, because that is a key selling point for manufacturers. We don't recommend or specify any wood to our clients that can't be sanded for a couple reasons. One, because it's always a better floor if there is a wood surface that is renewable. If they do incur any damage or needs to be restored or color changed or anything down the line, then they have something that is renewable, is resurfacable. Also, as refinishers, it gives us a long withstanding relationships with our clients to not only install that, but to make sure for the life of their floor that it is the finish is stays up to par on that. And then if it need be, that we can sand and we know we're working with. So if it's something that is installed, then a new floor, then you want to make sure that you do keep a box on there, keep a box in the attic or in the garage or in storage, and that way you'll have access to that information. Research is key on this. If you don't have a box, or you just bought the house, or if it's property that you required, investment property, or a building that you're moving in, then you don't always have access to that information. If you can't contact the builder or remodeler, then you're left to perform one of those tests that I talked about earlier, or maybe get some information from the previous owner to make sure those floors weren't already sanded and that they are eligible for sand. Now, one thing that we recommend is you do a check, and of course the less aggressive solution to the problem, the better, cost-wise, time-wise, and then for the sustainability of that wood floor. In a great percentage of restoration calls we get, we can recoat the floor, and that's way less abrasive, simply doing a light screening on the surface, cleaning it, applying a bonding agent, and putting a fresh coat on. So to summarize, engineered flooring is a 3-ply floor, and there's a wood surface that if it is less than a 1/16 of an inch, it's not recommended to sand. You do not always have to sand it to restore the finish on that. They can be recoated with a couple different methods. And also make sure that you research these floors to know if they were sanded or if you can get any information, and that way you'll be better informed to make a decision on what you need to do for restoration. So communication and a good relationship with your wood flooring contractor is key. Keep those floors clean, and they will definitely add beauty and value to your house. I hope this information was helpful. I'll see you in the next video. If this information was helpful and you would like to receive 20 free videos of the top questions people ask most about hardwood floor refinishing and restoration, visit www.restoreyourhardwoodfloors.com. That's restoreyourhardwoodfloors.com.